Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, don't mind the green screen, we're still in the work in progress. You guys will be seeing a few more changes on the channel throughout these next few days as we get to it, so keep that in mind. But we actually have some pretty big news when it comes to PlayStation and Xbox pretty much forcing the Xbox ecosystem into and onto the PlayStation users. Now, you guys have probably seen throughout the past few years, we've been seeing a lot of pushback when it comes to certain people and certain companies, and mainly on the PlayStation end. Like, I can sometimes go and say PlayStation is the problem, because if you guys remember, there was some big stuff when it comes to Helldivers, when it comes to single-player games requiring the PlayStation Network, and of course, people, although it's not the hardest thing out there, I will agree, just do not like having to sign into a different account and having all these random other logins and having to make separate accounts for every single various thing, especially when we're sending into Steam, to then send into, like, say, a RuneScape launcher, to go and send to the Final Fantasy launcher, to sign into, like, Bethesda launchers, or Ubisoft launchers, or whatever it might be in between, and even look at VR. You have to sign, like, MetaQuest, even if you're going through certain programs like Steam. It can get ridiculous. Now, it's not the end of the world, don't get me wrong, but I think a lot of gamers have kind of drawn the line, especially on the PC side, that they do not like this, especially because we had things like PlayStation having issues with certain countries, having a chance to play the games they already bought, and right now it seems like Xbox is forcing this on the PlayStation ecosystem, and people are concerned too as well on the future and longevity of games as a whole when it comes to the most recent Xbox exclusive that's been announced for the PlayStation game. So if you guys will sit back, relax, enjoy what I have to hear, and of course subscribe if you guys are new. We have the Twitters down below, the Twitches down below, and of course our second YouTube account's will be active very soon. I've been starting to upload shorts over there, so please go drop a sub and let's go dive on into it. So kind of the big bread and butter over here, and of course, Death Stranding actually had some pretty big news too as well. That came out today in case you guys are curious. Maybe check out some trailers, maybe watching some of that on my Twitch stream a little bit. But right now, and I feel like I'm a little bit too big. Like, this is not, like, no one wants to see my ugly mug this big. Don't worry about that. We will be adjusting this a little bit more. But we are trying to get back in the green screen side. A little few nifty things. But anyway, Microsoft account is now required for the Forza Horizon 5 on the PlayStation 5. Now, as I mentioned, this has kind of been a little bit of a 50-50 because we saw a lot of hate. Like, Sony's making a truly terrible mistake with Helldivers 2. And of course, they eventually removed it, but there was a huge backlash. There was massive amounts of review bombs, dislikes, people in certain countries like Turkey who bought the game, maybe even bought microtransactions, had issues. They couldn't really, like, play what they already spent money on. Like, it's horrible. It's horrible to consider that. And of course, as well, they also try to move this over here too for everything on Steam too as well. And this also went for single player games. And it just was not a vibe, as you guys probably remember. But this is why this is kind of a mistake. So basically, Xbox is going to be forcing you to sign into an Xbox account if you're on PlayStation. These are probably the catches. As you guys know, Xbox is trying to expand, be a publisher, get rid of the Xbox itself. And these are those little caveats. This and no physicals are kind of the issues that we're going to start running on into to the PlayStation side. So basically over here, do you need a Microsoft account to play Forza Horizon 5 on the PlayStation 5? They have confirmed this, saying yes. In addition to a PlayStation Network account, so you need that regardless, you're on PlayStation, kind of makes sense. You'll need to link a Microsoft account in order to play Forza Horizon 5 on the PlayStation 5. This process begins the first time you start up the game on your console. So once again, this is not the biggest issue, but gamers have already spoken. Like, we've seen this on multiple different occasions on PlayStation's end. Like I said, the single player stuff, them trying to require it for, like, Spider-Man, God of War, all these Days Gone, all these single player experiences, and people rioted. People were not okay with it. Same with the Helldivers, as we brought up too. People were not okay with this. But apparently this is now going to be Xbox's way to try to maybe fleece and maybe grow out the Xbox ecosystem. I'm sure the Microsoft head honchos, in all honesty, are probably stupid as all, because big corporate capitalism, they kind of drive by shareholder numbers and expansion and growth, where they're probably going to just try to go and funnel in this Xbox sign-up account and Game Pass accounts and marketing emails and anything they could possibly go and do to go and bolster up these stats. And this is not only an Xbox issue. PlayStation tried to do it. You can tell with mobile. You can tell with the Steam stuff we were just discussing. Like, it's not only an Xbox issue, but for this video, this is an Xbox issue, if that makes sense. And people are not happy with this. I'm not cool with this. It's a small deal, but it's always like, hey, you've seen the market react to it. You've seen gamers react to this, and you still dare do this. Like, it's just like a rude move, in all honesty. Like, this very tone deaf. And it really is probably just done by some Microsoft executive who's realizing that Xbox might be falling flat, which is true. Like, it's not expanding, net as many consoles. You're trying to get Game Pass numbers up, more people in the Microsoft ecosystem, like I said, more marketing emails too, whatever it might be. To the point where people are even, if you guys look at, say, like OneNote, just having a notepad program, you have to sign in on Microsoft. Like, I hope, like, I'm not, like, I hope a lot of people watch my videos don't think I'm the biggest idiot. Like, I might be wrong. Sometimes I can't be perfect. But, like, this is the stupidest thing I think I've ever seen. To use OneNote, a notepad, you have to sign into a Microsoft thing. You have to have your email, phone, or Skype, which I think they're getting rid of Skype. Bro. So it really just kind of seems like some kind of corporate greed of them trying to expand out and bolster out anything they can do. Now, would I be okay signing into an account to play an Xbox game? At the end of the day, yeah. I don't think I myself, like I'm a gamer, I'm going to make it either way at some point. It's not the biggest deal, and anyone who's kind of pushing against it, I support, in all honesty. Maybe a hot take. Like, I don't like when companies make us have to sign to 7 different things, and Xbox has been a big one. Like, there's been times where I have to sign into my Xbox Game Pass to then go and sign into my, like, I have to sign into my email to get my email over here, to sign into my Microsoft account, to then sign into my Game Pass Xbox account, to then once again, say if I want to play Fallout 76, just then sign into a Bethesda account. There's one times where I spent 30 minutes trying to sign into an account on stream, and I'm like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever had to deal with. Now, is it small and easy, and once you kind of get it done once or twice? Yes, but I'm not playing Bethesda games. I'll do it like it's a Minecraft cycle. I'll do it every now and then. I'm kind of just tangenting, but it's annoying. Like, it's not the biggest deal, but it's annoying. But anyway, you will have to go and have a Microsoft account to linked up to this one in the first place too as well. And same thing too with other various future games. This might be a small problem. Now, it's not the biggest deal. You know, it's like whatever. It's coming out pretty soon. You can pre-order the game, get it a few days early. It's like, it's whatever. It's fine. I'm excited for the game. I really, truly am. Like, this is one of my more favorite racing games and one of my more favorite Xbox games. It was all just a good game. Like, I liked it. It'll be fun to play with your friends. But it does kind of stink because, well, you have to go, it's just the extra bonus stuff. I mean, you have to have your PlayStation Network account, something super big. But that also leads to other big issues too, because apparently now we don't have any PS5 physical editions for it. Purely digital, which once again is not the biggest deal. We can get all wrong with it, it's fine, but then you're perpetually forced to be sent to your account. Once again, not the biggest deal. Like, I'm not, that should be like, oh my God, I'm never gonna buy an Xbox game because of it type vibe. It's not how it is. But it just sucks because, well, people are concerned then for the longevity of the game. We most recently saw The Crew, an Ubisoft car racing game, have their servers fully taken offline. And people are not able to access the game, and they never got any proper refund. The game just died. Like, it happens. That's happened to MMOs and old school PC games or games from 15 years ago, even some Call of Duty servers. It's understandable because games do eventually taper off and you have 100, 200 people playing it. It's not really worth the money because they're not bringing in more money. I understand that too. But that once again leads into issues that we're not getting PlayStation physical games. Although if Xbox is not getting physical, why should PlayStation? Completely agree, but it just kind of leads into like a, where is this future going? Like a pure digital world? Probably. And that sucks for collectors, it sucks for games going offline, it sucks when there's just issues like with the PlayStation or Xbox outages that have happened, and it just stinks. Like, we see this stuff. It's not like the end of the world. Like, we can still play games 50 years from now. If it went to a fully digital world, my life is basically the same. But it still stinks too as well because every Forza game has usually been delisted online due to expiring licensing agreements within timeframes of 4 to 6 years too as well. And no one actually knows if Forza has actually had their licenses renewed, and that was the same issue with The Crew. Because instead of music, which is a big deal, it's also cars. Like a lot of car companies like a Ford, Toyota, Hyundai, whatever, they don't usually want to keep their cars in those games, and you maybe pay for once they even showed, like a 4 to 6 year licensing agreement, because you're licensing the rights to put specific games into your cars into your game. So if you want to have like a Lamborghini, you want to have a Ferrari, like they will go and probably pay Lamborghini their likeness, which is funny because they're getting benefit from the game coming out. But either way, like that's just what happens. And so people are concerned, like, is the game just going to die in 2 years? Is the game going to die in 1 year? Is it going to die in 7 years? No one really fully knows. And of course, this with no physical disc as well is sketchy. Because like right now, the game came out in November 2021. There's already a new Forza that came out in the first place and is on year 4 of the support window. So like, do we know how long this is going to go? Did they get 10-year licensing? Is the game going to die after a few years? No one really knows too as well. So, I mean, at the same time, Forza Horizon 4 has now been fully delisted at the end of 2024. So at this point, the prior game already is gone, and they already have their Sim Racer game they came out to. So there's no physical edition. It's coming out on PlayStation, the PS5 Pro. I'm excited for it, and I do recommend it. I like the game, but these small little issues are making people kind of upset that Xbox is encroaching into the PlayStation ecosystem. Do you think it's a big deal or not? Let me know in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you guys are new. We have all the affiliate links down below with the 2 Twitter accounts, my actual Twitch stream, and the second YouTube. Would love if you guys check those on out. And like I said, we have a lot more updates for myself, the green screen, all that. So look a little bit nicer. Give me another week or two. We're in the works. Love you guys.